It's not going to happen to both of us. We're both not going to have, we're not going to be a brother and sister with breast cancer. I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah.
I was the only one out of all of my friends that had been diagnosed with cancer,
I was the only one of my friends that was diagnosed with breast cancer, too. You called me up after your BRCA testing and told me you were positive. And I said, okay, what's this got to do with me? And you said, well, you could be carrying the BRCA2 gene as well.
But you didn't really listen to me.
No, I listened very carefully. But I also listened to the word breast and said, I'm a guy. I'm not going to get breast cancer. After going through that embarrassing test of getting a mammogram and an ultrasound in a room with all these women with pink gowns and being the only guy in the room, and
your head
I was spinning.
Yeah.
I'm a tough guy, or I thought I was. I didn't know that I was going to need a full mastectomy. I didn't know that until I got to the surgeon. And he looked at me and he said, no, there's no lumpectomies done here because you're a guy. And I said, my sisters told me that you could do a lumpectomy. And he says, well, your sister's wrong.
I didn't realize there's not as much breast tissue for a man, and so they can't do a lumpectomy.
I didn't want to tell my friends. I was embarrassed to tell my friends. You're not only living with the fear of cancer and potentially death, but you're living with this embarrassment. I'm lopsided. I only have one breast. When I finally told my friends, my golf friends wanted to know if I wanted to play from the red tees, which actually I could have used. Could have taken some money from them if I could have played from the red tees, but they can make light of it.
Their way of dealing with something that they felt so uncomfortable with.
Right. They didn't know how to deal with it, so they used humor. Or they avoided me altogether, which was even worse. It's just such a bad stigma that needs to change. The narrative has to change. Men can get this, men will get this, and men will die from it. And that man may not be important to you, or it may be your father, your brother. They just need to know education's the key.
Right.
I don't think anybody could handle or help me handle the emotional roller coaster I was on. I didn't really want most people around. I was very adamant with the boys because I didn't want them to see me going through that.
I think that's why you called me.
You had been through so much. I just knew that you could calm my fears.
I wish I would have known more of how to be there for you as a man diagnosed with breast cancer.
When you were going through your issues with breast cancer, I feel looking backwards, I was a terrible support. I mean, I know that I should have and could have done more, and I didn't.
We talked all the time, and you called me, like almost every day or a couple times a day. And honestly, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like you weren't there for me.
But I can never thank you enough for guiding me through the process. And most cancer patients don't have that. You were my information source. You were my stronghold. You were there to guide me.
There's a bond above brother and sister. There's a cancer bond. That's our thing.
That's our thing.
That's our thing.